What you, dear listener, are about to hear contains valuable and reliable insights that can greatly support your growth and self-development in all areas of life. We hope this message has reached you at just the right time so that you can understand it, apply it, and experience the positive results for yourself.
In previous episodes, we've explored the law of attraction and how this principle continuously brings order to everything that unfolds in the universe. We also examined how this law plays a vital role in creating justice among us all. Now, some may believe that the law of attraction is pseudoscience, superstition, or simply untrue. But it's important to be clear. Every objection raised against this principle has thoughtful, logical, and compelling responses, many of which we'll dive into in future episodes. So, don't assume that what we are sharing here lacks a solid foundation. In this episode, however, we are going to shift our focus to a principle so important that we'll keep returning to it throughout this journey. Why? Because it acts as a key, a compass, for anyone seeking real growth and transformation. And that principle is this: whatever we place at the center of our attention will begin to draw us closer to it. At first, this may sound simple, even obvious, but as we explore it more deeply, you'll realize just how powerful and life-changing it truly is. The universe and its laws are not unjust. They do not punish or reward arbitrarily. Everything is governed by attraction, a profound yet simple truth. Whatever we consistently give our attention to, we begin to draw more of into our lives. And the moment we withdraw that attention, the experience begins to fade. In essence, everything comes down to focus and mental discipline. There is no absolute good or bad in the world. What we call good or bad depends on our own goals, values, and personal definitions. That's why it's unrealistic to wish for only the good while expecting to eliminate all that we label as bad. Everything that exists has a place. The only meaningful choice is to consistently direct your attention toward what serves your growth, what aligns with your purpose and vision of good. But the moment your attention drifts toward what you don't want, especially when you begin to emotionally react to it, you start being pulled into a gravitational field of that experience. And unless you regain control quickly, you'll find yourself living through exactly what you were trying to avoid. The true designer and creator of your life is within you. In fact, we are inseparable from the same intelligent force that governs the universe. But if we remain unaware of this truth, and if we fail to properly direct our attention from the start, no amount of external effort will bring lasting results. That's because our beliefs and focus are more powerful than our actions. The person who consciously and deliberately holds their focus on what they truly want and resists the pull of distractions will inevitably start to experience in the outer world what once existed only in the mind. This isn't wishful thinking. It's a universal law, one that sages, philosophers, and spiritual teachers have echoed for centuries. Take a moment to really absorb this. Once you understand this law deeply, you'll see that external circumstances, no matter how challenging, can hold no real power over you unless your attention gets caught in them. Here's a metaphor to illustrate. No matter how small or fragile a boat is, it won't sink unless it lets water in. It could be surrounded by a vast stormy sea, but as long as it remains sealed from within, it will stay afloat. In the same way, no matter how turbulent your external world becomes, if you don't let it enter your inner space, if you keep your attention aligned with what is true, good, and purposeful, then those negative conditions won't last. they won't harm you, and ultimately, they will work out in your favor. Why? Because this is a universal law. Outer reality always reflects inner belief. There are no exceptions. So if someone wants to succeed, whether in health, wealth, relationships, or influence, there is really just one mastery required: control over the mind. When you manage your mind well, the right people, resources, and opportunities naturally show up. But if your mind is scattered or unfocused, then even if help comes, it won't make a lasting difference. That's why we each need to ask ourselves honestly, am I truly ready to focus only on what I want? Am I willing to redirect my attention the moment it begins to drift? If the answer is yes, and we act in alignment with that answer, success becomes inevitable. But if the answer is no, we'll find ourselves full of excuses and empty of results. So let me say this clearly, because it's a powerful and valuable truth. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what your gender is, what your background is, or what you believe. It doesn't matter whether your bank account is overflowing or completely empty. What truly matters, what only matters, is where your focus is. Because what you consistently give your attention to is exactly what you'll experience more and more of in your life. If we stay truly committed to growth and refuse to let our thoughts wander in the opposite direction, we'll begin to notice amazing shifts, new ideas, positive energy, supportive people, encouraging events and breakthroughs, all aligning, all converging to bring us closer to our goals. But if we neglect the mind, if we let our focus be hijacked by fear, distractions, or negativity, the entire system breaks down. Nothing good can be sustained in the long run without mental discipline. Life only keeps moving forward when we believe we are advancing toward our goals, or better yet, when we believe we already possess them. So here's the core message. Changing what enters your mind and what flows through you emotionally and mentally directly shapes the reality you experience outside. Which leads us to a powerful conclusion. Success and transformation are not about luck or circumstances. They are about mastering your focus and taking full control of your mind.
And what you've just listened to was a small part of the teachings of Seyedsaeid Taghavizadeh, a single piece in a much bigger puzzle designed to guide you toward your goals. If this message resonated with you, we gently encourage you to start from the very first episode of this series. Everything is connected. Each part builds on the one before it, and your questions will find their answers as you move forward. We'll also be dedicating special episodes to the most frequently asked questions. Saeed's teachings dive deep into the essential laws that shape our lives, from universal principles to the power of the mind and beliefs, to the laws of money and abundance, relationships, health, and ultimately, the most important dimension of all, understanding the divine. These insights have already touched the lives of thousands in the Persian-speaking world, with millions of views and remarkably high satisfaction. Now it's your turn. We hope you'll stay with us episode by episode and witness for yourself how, through clear thinking and conscious awareness, the path to a better life reveals itself, and how once found it can be walked with peace, power, and purpose. Until next time, keep growing, keep questioning, and never stop seeking.